Hi everyone, it is the day before Thanksgiving 2022. Today is November 23rd. Wanted to vlog yesterday, but the day kind of got away from me, and I want to keep a chronicle, like just how all this stuff started, because I had the balls yesterday morning to finally reach out to my oncologist and tell her that I'm really starting to get concerned about my left boob. If you're just tuning in, I had breast cancer, and the malignant tumors were in my right breast. Had them both removed, and the left side, I had lobular carcinoma, which they found after my mastectomy. Beforehand, they said everything was fine on my left side. Fine. They found something, but it was benign. So I'm hoping that this is just like a blip in this whole process and I can just go along with life. I haven't really been vlogging a lot because I haven't really wanted to. I haven't really wanted to talk about cancer or anything. I've just, with the holidays and stuff, and my kids are home and for Thanksgiving, and I just like want to live life and start my new normal and all that. But progressively, when I had my reconstruction, my boobs are perfectly level. I get that boobs shift over time, even if they're implants. Your skin is still your skin. And when you have the reconstruction done, they do change over time with what they look like. I don't wear underwear or bras or anything anymore, so I get that, like, my left boob could start to sag. My right boob is higher than my left one. My right one, even though it's the one that had all the drama with it, my right one is the one that looks better to me. So I had scheduled to have plastic surgery, in about 2 months to fix my left side. I thought it would just be cosmetic and have that be that. But it's now Thanksgiving, it's close to December, and December is close to January. And the timeline is really triggering right now because between diagnosis for my breast cancer and my reconstruction and my surgery, it was about 6 weeks. So I'm starting to put things in place to get ready for the surgery. Like I'm getting my garage ready to actually have my car fit in it and not use it as just storage, because I won't be able to scrape my car off or get the snow off and stuff in the winter when I'm back to having T-Rex arms and stuff. I'm beating around the bush. And in the process of getting stuff ready for the second surgery, I'm looking more at my left boob, and I am noticing that, I think I mentioned before too, like, I'm able to take my left boob and almost like fold it up. I'm not going to show you. My right boob is like solid, not solid, but it's like a boob with an implant, like what you would think it would look like. My left one is way more malleable, but what I don't like is, like, if you have an implant, why should you be able to like lift it and like literally like lift it up and over? That doesn't seem like it's possible. And I've had plastics look at it, I've had several people look at it, and they have just told me it's something cosmetic. But I don't want to go into a big plastic surgery again. And what if it's not just cosmetic? Because on the right side, before all this shit happened, I had people look. I went for my annual appointment. I had a doctor feel both my breasts, felt them, and like, no lumps, you're all good to go. Like, medical people, more than one, did a breast exam on me and felt nothing. And here I am years later, and I have like no boobs anymore. So my, paranoia that like something might not be right, that it's still a thing, because obviously, like, this has been getting progressively more that I'm noticing my left breast just looks different. And I didn't see a lump myself either. The only thing I saw when I had, like before, when I had the breast cancer, was that my right breast almost seemed like it was concave a little bit. And I just thought um, that I was getting older and my breasts were getting saggy. And like, I don't know, I've never been 50 before. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to look when your boobs start to get older. Well, yeah, older. Like, I don't have sisters. I don't ask my friends to whip out their boobs and ask them, oh, what do your saggy boobs look like? You know, how would you even know that? So you rely on doctors and they all say everything is fine. And I had, like, in total, what, 5 centimeters worth of tumor on my right side that no doctor could feel. The only thing that found it was imaging. So I'm trying not to freak. I'm trying just to be proactive. And I was, I didn't reach out. I feel like I've mentioned it before to other people and they're like, just, you know, reach out to oncology and, or whoever. I wasn't even sure who to reach out to, actually. It was just the first thought of, well, if it's a tumor, I should reach out to oncology. Because I didn't know if I should reach out to my gynecologist. Anyway. But I was kind of leery to reach out to her, not because of her or anything, just because, like, am I making mountains out of molehills? Is it really not a big deal? Am I going to go through the trauma of having an ultrasound? Because, yeah, after you've gone through cancer, scanning is traumatic. Not like, traumatic, at least not for me, but it's triggering and it's not easy. So I didn't say anything. I mean, I did mention it kind of casually. I didn't mention it like I was like super, super concerned. Because I didn't want something, I didn't want something else to like be a thing. I'm just like over all this shit. I just want to like go on and lead my little life and like go about stuff and okay, this is what my boobs look like now. You know, like just lead a normal life again. And like, oh yeah, there was the blip that I had breast cancer. Can we now move on? So maybe a part of it was that I didn't want to like rewind back into that land. Whatever. Even if it is something, I know that things take a long time to grow. So I'm not being super hard on myself for waiting. I kind of talked myself out of messaging on the gateway because when I had my tumor, they told me it probably had been growing for a year and a half. And you can rewind to earlier vlogs, but I was supposed to have had my baseline MRI, well, quite a while before, what, in 2019 I was supposed to have it, and I didn't end up having it until 2021. So, like, I wasn't sure if I should feel guilt over, like, waiting that long. There was a pandemic in between. I can't even say that that's totally why. I mean, again, you can rewind back to, I think it was the first vlog of what I talked about, why I didn't, like why the scanning took so long. But they had told me that most likely if I had had the baseline when I was supposed to, my cancer might not even have shown up in there and everything would have been fine. And why would I like have gone back for another scan, like another MRI if nothing was wrong? They found it because of the baseline MRI. They didn't find it because I was like, oh, by the way, my boob is saggy. I just like noticed that like my boob looks a little different and I haven't had this done in a while and let's go ahead and get this done. So I think a lot of women are poo-pooed when they bring up stuff. A lot of times people will say, oh, you're just being paranoid, or, you know, you're just being anxious over this for no reason and you're making a big deal, blah, blah. You make a big deal until it's like, holy shit, I have no friggin' boobs. It is now a big deal. Well, I have implants, but you know what I mean. So, I think it was yesterday, because everything happened like super fast. It was either yesterday or the day before. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday because it all happened really fast. I woke up at 8 and I was like, you know what? Nope. I'm just gonna put my big girl pants on and put a message in the gateway. So I put a lengthy enough message in there to know that there's a cap to how many how many words you can say on messages. Usually mine are pretty short, but I also didn't want to like leave a message like on just a regular phone line because I didn't want it to get lost. I didn't want it to not make sense. So I just put a message in the gateway and said I'd like to have some sort of scanning before I have my surgery in January, because I'm noticing that my left boob is looking different than my right boob. In my head, I'm like, I get that, like, I don't have breast tissue, so how can I have breast cancer if I don't have breast tissue? But that's not me it's not my job to figure that part out. I just noticed the difference. And I said, what my left boob is starting to look like is concerning me, because it's what my right boob looked like before I had my double mastectomy. So I sent it around like, I don't know, 8:30 or something. And it says, like, staffing is still an issue because of the pandemic. It says that it takes 3 to 5 days for them to get back to you. And with the holiday for Thanksgiving, I figured that'll get pushed back. So maybe I'll hear sometime next week. Oh, Alexa, shut off. That was my alarm to wake up. I'm awake. And my brain fog is coming back a little bit too. I think I mentioned that too, and I don't like that. I think the brain fog might be coming back because I'm doing too much too fast. I think I'm working too much. I think I'm trying to get too much into normalcy, and I'm not ready to go at the speed that my head wants to go. My body's saying slow it down. So yeah, I mentioned the brain fog in there too. It's not severe, it's just little things that I'm noticing here and there. But just little things that are things that were things before all this stuff happened. So again, I sent it around like 8 or 8:30 or something. And then I'm about to step out the door, go to work. And then I get a phone call from Newton Wellesley. As soon as I see Newton on my phone, I'm like, "Dear." And I got scared because they called so fast. I wasn't expecting a phone call before like next week, and they called. And I'm thankful that they called, and it's scary when they call that fast. Because what I was thinking, oh, maybe it's not a big deal. And it might not be a big deal. Everything could be just fine, and I could just need the plastic surgeon to go in and fix his stuff and have that be that. Or it could be something else. I don't know. I know that there was a benign tumor that was very close to my nipple, and honestly, I can't remember if that was on the left side or the right side. So I'm like, can you still get, like, what if you missed a cell from that? And I know I'm on the tamoxifen, so it's supposed to make all that stuff not happen, but like, what if there's one cell that got left over and like it's now growing on my breast? Well, like, you know, not the tissue, like, you know, the skin or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sciencey. I don't know how it works. My lymph nodes were clear. I know all those things are like checked off, so everything should be fine. And I also know that I fall into that 1% of people very frequently, which makes me only question myself more that, like, am I just being paranoid? But whatever. Let them think I'm paranoid, you know? I don't care. I'd rather let them think I'm paranoid and a pain in the ass than not be here. And I know that they don't think I'm a pain in the ass. They actually find me humorous. And my hand is like falling asleep. I don't know what that's about. I have to be quick because I have to get to work. So I just wanted to document that they called, or I messaged them and they called back a couple hours later. And it started a waterfall of phone calls to get me in there like ASAP. And I'm glad that they're so punctual. And it's also like, are we here all over again? When it's like, I get these rapid fire phone calls that I'll say, Newton, 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 and I'm stepping out of work to take phone calls. I'm like, Newton. So next week, I have an appointment for an ultrasound in the breast center. That's gonna be tough shit, man. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard to walk back into that breast center. I haven't been in that breast center since I walked out just finding out that I had breast cancer. So I don't know what I'm gonna do before I go in. Pray a lot. I've done this once. I could do it again if that's what it is, you know? try not to think. But I have an ultrasound scheduled for next week, and I asked a friend of mine already to drive me. I'm not driving myself. It's in the afternoon, so I can't be there for 7 hours. It's in the afternoon. I don't know if I would need a biopsy, if they would just do it right then and there. I have no idea. But it's at like 2:30 or something, so I know I can't be there till 9 o'clock at night. But still, the person that I asked to take me, I asked her, or I said, like, just to drop me off and pick me up and not wait, because she could be waiting for a really long time. And I just know from last time, you know, what to prepare for. And it's funny because I'll go in and be like, doesn't matter what color Johnny I have, because they don't mean anything. It's like if you wear a purple one, that means that you're going to walk out and just be fine, because I've worn all the colors of Johnny's that they have in there. But today is not next week. Today is today. I am not focusing on the logistics of what next week looks like. I just wanted to come on and chronicle that I'm going in for an ultrasound on my left breast on Thursday of next week. And we'll see what it's going to be like. I don't know. But I am not posting this for a while, clearly, because God forbid it is something. I need to talk to my kids and stuff about it before I make this stuff public. And I wasn't going to say anything to them, but then, of course, Newton called while I was right next to my son, and he saw the phone number, and he knows enough that, like, Newton means the hospital, and I had to take the call, and that was when she actually was scheduling the time for the ultrasound. So I just said to him, you know, they're just doing a scan of my other boob. Like, I just made it seem like whatever. They're just doing another scan. I've had so many scans. I just left it at that. I didn't get into detail. I don't want to get into detail. There might not be anything to get into detail about. And they're home for Thanksgiving, and I need to just like focus on Thanksgiving. So I'm going to go and have some fall Starbucks coffee. And make pies. I'm gonna make pies today, and I'm going to wear something that's to like not think about my boobs. I want to wear something that's a bit more compressing. Right now I just have like a sweater on, but that's not gonna work. If I have something that has more compression, like my boobs don't move, so I don't think about them. And just try to take it day by day. There's nothing I can do until I'm in there and see what's going on, but like I sure as hell I'm gonna make sure they're fucking thorough. I'm sure when I go in there I'm probably gonna start crying, and they're probably gonna feel bad, and they're a fantastic team. They were wonderful when I was there last time, even though it was really shitty news, and maybe it's even the same people. I have no idea. But I certainly am gonna advocate for myself once I'm there, because I need them to fucking check shit out and see what the fuck is going on, and pray that it's just cosmetic, and that's it. So here's where I am. And timing wise, so I used to count in days. I can't even count anymore. What am I up to, like 15 months or something? August, September, October, November. Yeah, so it's pretty much 15 months since surgery, 16 months since diagnosis. That's a long time. So we'll see. Another exciting day on the roller coaster of the breast cancer journey. See y'all soon. Oh, did you notice my teeth? I still have temporaries and my teeth look really nice. I haven't brushed them yet. But my teeth look nice. I get my real ones in like 2 weeks or so. Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Bye.